name's David Abela. I'm working as Marketing and Events Manager for OSA, Outdoor Sporting Agencies. We distribute NiteSite and Sport Dog brand collars. I do thank you all for coming. It's a great turnout. Thank Colin and the team. I'll let Jake take the floor.
I am definitely and most certainly not from around these parts. I've travelled from the UK, Northern England, I'm from York, and that's where our NiteSite brand of products are from as well. NiteSite was a product invented about 5 years ago by two brothers called Dave and Phil Craven. They decided that they wanted to do some more hunting, more shooting with their little air guns that we have in the UK, little 12-foot pounds, a bit cute, I know, compared to some of the things you guys shoot, but rats and rabbits, they really wanted something that would do the job. So they started looking at night vision and soon realised that everything on the market was way out of their price range. So they decided to try and make their own. So what Dave did was one night take a Sony camcorder, Sony Handycam, which he stuck it on the back of his scope, just here, and he duct taped it on. So he had a duct tape, big camcorder on the back here with the screen out to the side, and that worked. He turned it into a 15-metre, 20-metre night vision, which he was dead happy with, and he could shoot rats and rabbits all night long with that. So they used that for a couple of months before they decided, well, do you know what, we can actually simplify this big camcorder and just take out the three bits we need, the screen, the small illuminator and the camera, and actually make our own little compact cool thing. And so over about a year and a half they slowly developed it and played around and tinkered in their shed before they finally came up with what you see now, which is the actual NiteSite unit itself. So what you've got, the core components are an illuminator module which is held on by a clamp. In the box you get a 25 and a 30mm one of these, but 34mm is also readily available if you've got an incredibly large scope tube. So that just mounts on the top like this, simple nut and bolt, snaps straight in and screws on. After that you've got the illuminator module. This is the bit that gives you the night vision. We don't rely on ambient light, starlight or moonlight. It's just a big infrared torch which is built into the front of this illuminator here. So that big invisible torch is obviously completely invisible to the naked eye and to the animals who are out there. The only thing that can see the big invisible torch is the camera. The camera here is going to replace your eye, which can't see the infrared, and sit looking down the end of your scope, like so. So you've got two of these boots, so it'll fit any size scope, and the camera just sits on the back, real nice and snug there. So now, with the camera and the illuminator illuminating everything in front of you for the camera, you can now see through the screen here your night vision. So I'm just going to give the unit some power with this little battery here. Our biggest model will see 500 meters, and that battery is a little bit bigger and sits on the stock there, like this one. So we're just going to plug it all together. Unit's got power. Unit has the screen connected to it. You just turn it on, and then, as you can see, everything that the scope can see is now visible on the screen. I know a lot of you are instantly thinking, well, I can't look through the scope, how am I supposed to hold it? So what you would obviously naturally do is, as soon as you pick up your rifle, you're down, you've got one eye closed and you're squinting, which is obviously no good. So you'll soon find it's very easy to just lean back, sit up, look at the screen, nice and relaxed. I've got it shouldered, and because I do not need to be behind the crosshair and behind the scope, my head's up, I'm nice and relaxed, and I can shoot all night very comfortably. And even with the big caliber rifles, it's no issue. And so that's it in a short, sweet nutshell for you. Sweet, simple, and affordable. And I'll open the floor to questions because there's usually quite a few. But if you don't think of any, I'll be hanging around later and we'll have this flashing around looking at the trees and stuff out here anyway.
What extra weight you got on there?
Absolutely none. It's up to, with the whole unit on, about 400 grams. But if, since you asked the question, you'd like to hold that, you can tell everyone how much does that weigh. Next to nothing. No. It's because we don't use any glass whatsoever in the product, which is also a big factor when it comes to the recoil. When your scopes and your other night vision units are limited by recoil and they say you can't put it on this or that, it's because of the glass and the recoil breaks it. We stay well away from it and just use plastic and electronics. Oh, another thing I'll quickly say as well is that if you were to instantly look at this product, you'd assume it was made in China. And I wouldn't blame you, but we actually make and manufacture all of this in the UK, right down to that plastic moulding that you see there. We own our own moulding factory, we own all our own tools to mould it with, and we own our own injection moulding machines, which we do a lot of other things in with another company, but that's by the by. But the fact is that when you're buying this, you're buying a made and manufactured in the UK product.